So graphics calculator, a great tool to check your work. It'll not help you get a merit or excellence. To use it, you simply go to the menu and look for graphs. There it is. The only graph that you can put in is one that starts with y equals, so that can be a bit of a hindrance. That button there, that is the X button, and if I'm just doing these for examples here, put an X plus 1, hit execute, and hit draw F6. Okay, as you're familiar, that is a gradient of 1 and it has been shifted up 1. Now sometimes your graphics calculator is either zoomed too far in or too far out. You can manipulate this. It's called the V window, which stands for the view window. So you have to put shift, view window, and tell the graphics calculator that you want it to go between the minimum value. Maybe you want it just between minimum of 2, enter, and maximum of 2, scale, and whoops, go back into the V window. The minimum Y value can be, say, -2, and the maximum Y value could be +2. Redraw it. Notice I'm a lot closer in this time because I've changed the window in which I can see with the graphics calculator. Another key button to use is this trace button. F1, shift F1, and if you use the direction keys now, you can find different coordinates on the graph. Okay, you can hold that button down. Now, unfortunately, notice it didn't actually stop on the x-intercept, and I don't think it stopped on the y-intercept either. So there's a way of looking at what the x-intercept is and what the y-intercept is. We call this gsolve. Shift F5, and see that one there that says, well, actually the one that says root will tell you where it cuts the x-axis. Okay, go back to shift, go back to draw, go back to shift gsolve. The ISCT stands for the intersect. That's what I want, the y-intercept, that one there, F4. Okay, so if you're looking for the intercepts, either shift gsolve, y-intercept is F4, or the root is the x-intercept. Okay, two important pieces of information. And then I'll just draw, you can actually draw two graphs at the same time. So y equals minus X button -2, hit enter, hit F6. Okay, so that's the second graph, shift down by 2. Now, in the linear algebra internal, one of the things you'll need to do is find the intersection of those two lines. There are two methods. There's simultaneous equations, or there's the graphics calculator method. Graphics calculator can be very handy because you can push shift gsolve and push the ISCT button, and that'll tell you exactly where the intercept is. Really, really helpful for linear algebra. Might be the difference between achieved and not achieved. In a similar way, we can draw parabolas. Just type 3. I think you can actually use the X. Well, you won't have an X button on your. Well, you'll need to use your calculator. 3x, and then the caret button 2. Execute parabola. You might want to zoom out a bit. Oops. Shift V window, and I think if you push this INIT button, it just reverts it back to what the calculator's set in. So it's a quick way of changing the settings back. Redraw, you can see your parabola. One last one. I'll shift the parabola to the left by 1, use brackets, x plus 1, close the bracket, to the power 2, hit execute, redraw, and notice I've got another parabola in there that is slightly narrow or wider, because remember the 3 made it narrower. Well, the plus 1 shifted to the left by 1. Again,